the most painful zookeeper deaths ever.
The Crush incident. It was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime. A married couple from New Jersey traveled to Zambia for a safari. It was a chance to see the wild up close, to experience Africa's rivers and its...
I'm good. I don't want to see the wild up close. I watch too much National Geographic to want to be up close with the nature. If there's not cages around it, I'm good. They don't got no manners, gang. I'm good.
wildlife in their most natural form. But unfortunately, nature has no script. And in an instant, paradise turned into pure horror. The couple joined a group boat traveling down the Zambezi River. The water looked calm, and the banks were filled with life by the singing of birds. Buffaloes, waterbucks, and eagles were just...
Buffaloes live in the water? Buffaloes be chilling in the water? Hold on, does that mean I can fish for some buffaloes? Yo, that's cool, bro. I didn't know buffaloes could swim and shit like that.
some of the absolutely gorgeous animals they were able to see. Then, without warning, the boat was struck. By what, you ask? Well, they didn't know. But it was something that rammed the boat so powerfully that its impact capsized the vessel. All of the tourists were thrown out of the boat into the water in pure confusion. Then that's when they saw...
They must have been in the water with like a raft, like a wooden raft. You telling me my man's turned over a whole yacht?
An 8,800-pound hippo, one of the deadliest animals in Africa, sat there in the water, glaring menacingly at each tourist. But it wasn't just sitting and doing nothing. As it arose out of the water, it revealed that it was carrying the man's wife in its mouth.
Imagine finding out that the love of your life is in a hippo's mouth. Like, that's some type of shit that you would never believe if someone told you. Like, imagine if a month ago someone said, hey man, you're gonna take a trip with your wife and then a hippo's gonna eat her. Like, that's insane, bro. That's like some movie scene type of death. R.I.P.
Amidst all the chaos of the boat flipping over, he didn't notice when she went missing. Her head and torso were trapped between the hippo's jaws and she struggled to escape. But, instantaneously, it snapped its mouth down, crushing her head and torso.
Yeah, no, hippos are no joke, bro. I've been seeing when they be feeding this shit like watermelons and shit, oh, they squeeze it.
Like it was nothing. The tourists broke out into a full-on frenzy to escape for their lives. Meanwhile, the hippo thrashed the woman's body carelessly in the water, leaving absolutely no chance of survival for the poor 70-year-old woman.
Y'all took a granny to the wilderness. Y'all know y'all wrong for that, bro. Y'all know y'all are wrong. Even if y'all got haunted by anything else. Nigga, her ass would be the last one to leave. 70?
The safari guides meant to protect the people also fled in a panic, despite being armed.
I'm sorry, I can't blame them.
Her husband survived and watched helplessly as his wife of decades was apart before his eyes.
Ooh.
He escaped with his life, but back home, grief turned into anger. The man later filed a lawsuit against the safari tour operator, arguing that negligence and poor safety measures left his wife vulnerable in one of the most dangerous waterways on Earth.
I hope he wins the lawsuit. Damn, bro. Oh.
But lawsuits don't bring closure. They don't erase the image of the river, the overturned boat.
Yeah, even if he got like $20 million, you've seen your wife get torn to shreds. And at that age, I highly doubt he cares about money.
Or the hippo that ended it all. It's important that tour operators prioritize safety. Choosing thrill over precaution puts lives at unnecessary risk and causes irreparable damage.
Facts.
When companies like these fail to respect nature's boundaries and defend the human lives they swore to protect, it's important that they're held accountable.
Facts.
Bears versus bears. The Belgrade Zoo was never meant...
Y'all gave some bears some beers? Do y'all think animals would be cool as shit on drugs? Or more dangerous? Like if you were to feed a monkey some alcohol? Nah, that would be terrifying. That would deadass be terrifying.
...to be a crime scene. But during the city's annual festival, the line between celebration and catastrophe vanished. A 23-year-old drinking one too many beverages would begin enjoying himself a little too much at the festival. As he walked around the zoo, intoxicated, he would stumble across...
How drunk do you gotta get at a bar for you to be stable enough to go to your local zoo? And why is that the first place that your mind is reaching? Intoxicated. Oh yeah, I'm drunk. Yeah, let's go ahead and see animals. What?
Across a bear enclosure. The man would look left and look right and see that nobody was watching. For him, he was set on making his festival a whole lot more awesome. He decided to climb into the bear exhibit and to act like a hooligan for a bit. As he finished his shenanigans and got ready to leave the enclosure, Masha and Misha, two massive brown bears, approached him. You could probably already guess what happened to the man at this point, but to tell you anyways, one of the bears swiped at his face with a force so powerful...
What's the saying? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. What were you expecting? Did you think like they would spar with you? You thought you were gonna tame them? You thought this was like some Minecraft shit? Idiot, bro.
handful that had obliterated it. The man panicked, but without a second to waste, the bears quickly attacked him. By the time zookeepers stumbled across the bear enclosure, they confusingly found the man's clothes laying neatly to one side. Upon further investigation, they were horrified.
Wait, your ass got naked before you went inside? Oh yeah, he was drunk. What? Unless you were trying to do something else with the animals. Just putting that out there, because why else would you want to get naked?
When they found the two bears in their feeding corner, devouring half of the man's body together. The zoo staff tried to recover what was left of his body, but the bears fought viciously to protect their grim prize. After the incident, investigators pieced together what happened. Scattered inside the cage were beer cans, stones, bricks, and even discarded mobile phones. The conclusion was grimly obvious. The man likely had too much to drink and climbed into the enclosure during the festival. The zoo's director put it bluntly. It must be that, because only an idiot would jump into the bear cage.
Yeah.
For the man, sadly his night of drinking ended not with but rather with fangs and claws. Drink or no drink.
Yeah.
Don't climb into cages.
Yeah.
The flattening.
How is he allowed in the zoo that late at night? Like, I'm pretty sure don't zoos close down. I don't know. There should have been security at the very minimum. But either way, I don't understand. Your first place to be at when you're intoxicated is the zoo.
Incident. On January 14th, 2011, a 33-year-old elephant handler was going through routine training with Edie, a 26-year-old 8,000-pound African elephant. The animal had been taught to respond to commands, to shift when directed.
If I had to do a zoo job, I'm not working with any animals above 5 pounds, bro. No, I don't even want to be near elephants. I would never ride an elephant. Hell no. I'd be a little wary over horses too.
To walk when told. Which, honestly, giving an elephant commands like it's a little puppy dog is actually pretty cute. But the only difference between a puppy and a 4-ton elephant is, well,
4 tons.
4 tons. And when you're dealing with those 4 tons inside of a narrow stall full of steel bars, there is no room for error. After receiving a command, Edie shifted her massive body backwards. But
Freaky ass! Nigga trying to throw that ass in a circle. Hey, don't hurt him now, Unc.
Conveniently enough,
Wait, this is a freaked out question. Do elephants smash other elephants from the back? Because I'm thinking, like, imagine all that ton of weight just on you. That's what they be doing? That's how elephants get down? Wow, that gotta be the heaviest smashing ever.
woman was suddenly pinned behind the elephant. The gargantuan animal pressed her into the metal bars of the enclosure, trapping her under several tons of force. What was a bit of a minor annoyance quickly transformed into panic when the woman realized that the elephant was still moving backwards. Her face pressed against the steel bars of the stall, and her body began getting crushed between the...
Yo, Talking Hat, we gotta talk about these sound effects, bro. We gotta talk about these sound effects, cause gang, you painting a picture in my head heavily right now. And I don't know if I want that picture to be painted. Why didn't she just duck? Or am I tripping? Maybe there was no space to duck, but RIP, man.
weight of the elephant and the building.
Sala can't handle all of that. Nigga, nobody can. I ain't gonna let an elephant throw that ass back at me. Fuck no. Your ass gonna get flattened.
Another handler showed up, and upon witnessing the situation, they quickly shouted commands desperately to get the elephant to move.
Does it matter at that point? Her ass look like a pizza, gang. It's GG's.
The elephant finally obeyed, but not before flattening the girl against the metal bars. When the elephant walked forward, the woman's body fell to the ground, crushed, flattened, and broken. She was quickly rushed to the hospital, but unfortunately there wasn't much that doctors could do to save her. Zoo officials later called it a tragic accident, saying Edie was simply responding to her training. Experts like Jack Hanna explained it plainly. When something up to 4 tons pushes you against a wall inside tight quarters, you simply just don't have a chance. 39. On a warm sunny morning in 2005, what began as a peaceful visit to see an old family companion turned into one of the most nightmarish animal attacks ever recorded. A married couple were visiting Mo, a chimpanzee they had raised as part of...
Would y'all ever take photos with a monkey? I wouldn't. Look, ideally, I love monkeys, bro. I would want a monkey as a pet if I could, but I just wouldn't. R.I.P. Jane Goodall. Bro, I keep thinking about that lady that got her face ripped off by a monkey. And now monkeys look like the spawn of hell to me, bro. I'm good. Cause bro, at any second, if a monkey wants to, you're done. You're dead.
their family for nearly 4 decades. Before this, Mo used to live in their suburban home where they would dress him up like he was a kid. But the chimpanzee would later on be taken to a wildlife sanctuary after being deemed unfit to live in a house amongst humans after he attacked a guest one day. Because of this, the married couple often visited him at the wildlife sanctuary, bringing him
So
cakes
y'all-
and gifts to celebrate his
So y'all knew his ass was crazy. Y'all knew he had a history of being weird. And y'all gonna give him food? Oh, you're weird. I'm sorry, respectfully.
birthdays. On Mo's 39th birthday, they would arrive at the sanctuary with some celebration treats as usual, not realizing that their visit would end in horror. Even though Mo had been labeled the dangerous chimp after the earlier attack that forced him out of his suburban home, shockingly, he wasn't the cause of this disaster. While the married couple were giving Mo his birthday treats, two other completely random chimpanzees escaped their enclosures, and as you would guess, these chimps were not friendly. They launched a frenzied attack on the man, mauling him with unimaginable savagery.
Okay, that's not even their fault then, bro. No. The zoo better get sued for all their money. Real shit. What you mean you visiting the zoo and the animals are just afraid? This is not night in the museum, nigga. There's no reason.
Chimp weighs about 100 to 130 pounds, but they're able to pull up to 1,200 pounds of weight with their muscular arms.
Ooh.
And with that muscle, the chimps would rip off pieces of the man's skull, his eyes, his lips, his eyelids, and 8 of his fingers.
8? Were you being selective with this shit? My nigga, this is not JJK. 8 fingers? Wait, did he survive?
As if that wasn't bad enough, the chimps would continue the rampage by chewing off the man's nose and ripping off some of his balls.
You chewed off my man's balls? He can never reproduce again because of your ass. I want you to know that. Talking at, why were we using a tongue to emphasize the man getting his nutsacks ripped off?
His hands and face were so badly damaged that they were later described as shredded beyond recognition. The wife, desperately trying to protect her husband, was also injured before sanctuary staff intervened and shot the two chimps. The sheer
You shot him a little too late, man, but I'm glad you're good.
brutality of the attack shocked the world, but luckily, the man survived.
Can we even still call him that? I hope he good though, bro. I hope they give him a spare nuts. I hope they give him some spare balls, gang.
Doctors said that it was a complete miracle, as his injuries were beyond what most humans could endure. The incident became infamous, not just because of its horrificness, but because of the controversy it raised. If Mo hadn't been removed from the married couple's house, they wouldn't have needed to go to the wildlife exhibit to see their chimp, which means they would have never been attacked. But at the same time, the attack they experienced showcased the unpredictability, dangerousness, and brutality of chimpanzees. And for them to have had one inside of their house while inviting guests over made some individuals turn their fixation to them instead. In regards to whoever's at fault, it's your opinion to make. But one thing is for sure, these are wild animals. Wild. They can't be
Yes.
domesticated, nor can
Facts.
they be reasoned with.
Facts.
But as humans, we can still show them love and give them the respect and space they need to live out a full, healthy, and happy life without
Facts.
endangering any of the other lives around us. Respect nature and your neighbor, and the world goes round. Now, go and have a happy day.
Amazing video. Yo, you gonna end this video with showing more wild animals, gang? Yo, I actually need a pet now. Anyways, YouTube, those are the most painful zookeeper deaths. Let me know what animal y'all are most scared of. Have y'all ever been attacked by an animal? Join us on Discord, catch us on Twitch. Make sure you guys subscribe. Check out the gaming channel, man. All that good stuff. Stay safe. Watch it for life. Love y'all. And peace.